Welcome, my friends, and yes, this show is in English today.
You could do English.
I could do Yiddish. So, on edge. I'll translate line by line as we go. It's going to take an hour.
No subtitles?
Just the beginning. No subtitles. In the world of AI, who knows?
Right, who knows?
Exactly.
Right.
So today we're sitting with a special chushev here today. For those who understand Yiddish a little bit, will understand what I'm saying. Atzadik v'nayid.
I hope you have somebody else in the room, because I'm not that big of a room.
So Shalom Aleichem, first of all. It's good to have you on
My
board.
honor.
And I don't know if you know, but he's been sitting behind the scenes, I would say, for how many years now? I mean, almost a year? More than a year?
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's no cake, so there's no,
Okay, let's celebrate.
We haven't celebrated anything
Yeah.
yet.
So, David, how do you call yourself?
David Wanounou.
David Wanounou. David Wanounou, it's the name of a spy.
Sounds like that.
So, David Wanounou is known to a lot of people in the industries, I would say in the Heimish industries, and many industries really, as a business coach, I would say. Business coach. People like saying business coach, business guide, or
Business consultant, strategist. I've been called everything, literally everything,
Exactly.
unfortunately. But
I
yeah.
know. And it's important to note that given the fact that David is sitting right in front of me, is actually an honor for me, Sakovat, because I know he's a councilman in Rockland, in town of Rampo. He doesn't really carry that title as his main thing. He just does it on the side as a chesed job, really, to be honest with you. I mean, the chesed that we need in Rampo, right?
Baruch Hashem, yes.
But to let's jump cut, as they say, to the main subject of today is business coaching in the creative field. And we'll talk a lot about that. Why is this important? Was ist das wichtig do? Business coaching, consultant, was heißt noch? David Wanounou is bekannt Yediyah for the klal as someone who helped many Hasidic Gelat in business, right? Like, can you name them? Can we name them here? Better not. No, because Gershy Schwarcz is one of them.
Okay, we'll use your
On
name.
edge. And this system, the ganze on edge is beschikbaar, I would say, in his chis, because he wouldn't have done it had he not come to the rescue. Let's put it that way.
Don't even. It's my honor. I've learned more from you than you have learned from me. That I can tell you.
And this is what he says all the time. So this is the reason why he's so special. I was to give him siyata d'shmai, and I could say that for myself as well because he came. But this is how it works. Hashem's world works in wondrous ways.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes. I know. It's amazing. Baruch Hashem. But it helped. And still, no, I'm not. Listen, I haven't yet gotten to where he wants me to be. Eventually, I will, and I will talk about that. We'll see why. We'll talk about why. So David. So Reb David. No, sorry, David. Tell us why creatives are the most challenging subject when it comes to your field of consultation.
So, first of all, thank you. Okay. Can I give a little shout out for my dubs?
Yes.
I know one of the conversations that we had is who's interviewing who. Because I'm not used to being on the receiving end like this. I usually like to be on the other side. So today, this close to be with somebody like you and to somebody who's literally, I guess what we can deal with in today's days of a yesh me'ayin, that's what creativity is.
Yesh me'an.
Yeah, so that you have an idea, as somebody who's in business, somebody has an idea, and you being able to take that idea and bring it to reality, so whatever it is. So I come to you, I tell you, I have my business, I do consulting, I do coaching, whatever it is you want to call it, and I need you to be able to translate that to the Hamainam.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So, and bring it, and it's not just that I understand it, and not that you understand it, but the hundreds of thousands and millions of people out there with the way they digest information, enough people to be able to grab what it is that I'm trying to accomplish, and you being able to put it in those words it's just a gift from Hashem. I mean, there's no other way of saying it. And you're a puzzle piece that makes business work. I'm a puzzle piece that makes people work, and everybody else out there is a puzzle piece, because basically the world, and I tell this to everybody all the time, the world's one big puzzle, and Hashem has created us all with a different chush to be able to go and make the world a better place. Okay? Some of us have the ability of recognizing it and reacting. Some of us need a little bit of a kick to put us in the right direction. And some of us, unfortunately, just miss it. Which is hopefully where people like me can go and help people out to get to that point.
Wow.
Creatives are a unique bunch.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Ultimately, what I find with a lot of creatives, one of my greatest challenges with creatives, especially ones that are in business, are less focused on the business and more on the art.
Okay.
They think more emotionally.
That's exactly my point, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, but it's just bringing it under control.
Yeah.
And that's really where my role comes in with a lot of them. Is you're great at what you do.
Right.
Okay, now we have to monetize it. You know why we
Make
have
money,
to?
yeah.
Why?
Why?
You want to put a roof over your head.
Yeah.
Some people are crazy and they want to put food on their table.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why. But ultimately,
Go figure.
Ultimately,
Yeah.
you could be the greatest at what you do.
But-
And by the way, the term creative, you could be a creative plumber, you could be a creative electrician, you could be a creative wholesaler. It's easy to
But you're still
see
creative, and you still get lost in the creativity.
when you get lost in your business
Yes.
and not, in what it is that your business does,
Right.
as opposed to the whole piece of what the business is.
Right.
I do something and be able to make a parnasa. If you can't marry those two, you fall into that same pocket of the creative problem.
Like I said, this is the honest truth is, for you listening, anyone listening, if you ever want to contact, how can we contact you, David? Do you still accept clients after me? I'm not sure.
I've no more time. My cell phone is usually LinkedIn. If people are on LinkedIn, I'm easy to find. I'm assuming you have the spelling of my name over
I can
there.
put it there. Yeah, I'm going to put it in the link.
You can put both in my cell phone also.
The link. But say the number just in case people are...
201-446-5795 or David at the Trepper Plan, TREPPERPLAN.com.
Now, the truth is, David didn't ask me to advertise him, and I know because his phone goes off the hook, and I don't even know how he has the time to sit here with me now, but he always answers his phone, which is amazing. No, really.
I return calls.
Return calls.
I call.
Okay, you know what?
That's a better insight. I always return calls.
We're going to ask you soon how you do that. But first of all, I realized one very important thing. We're talking about politics a lot in the news, right? Donald Trump is going to meet with Mamdani now. So things fall together. So it's interesting.
What did Donald Trump do wrong?
Exactly. So now, let me say, Donald Trump is the most busiest man on the planet, right? He has jobs like from here to Ganassi. I would say he's everywhere, all the time. He never takes a vacation. I mean, he tries to at least, but it doesn't work. At least it happens because people follow him wherever he goes. So I feel like you're in a similar position.
Oh boy.
So that's why I came to it. I only mentioned it because of that. I always have to, you have to take the parsha of the week and try to find yourself in the parsha of the week. Actually, It's amazing. This week I found ourselves in the week. I'll tell you how.
Really wow.
Yeah, it's an amazing one.
I actually started something like that this week with my chavrusa.
Yeah.
I have a chavrusa, long story in its own right.
Yeah.
We learn in Yanim of Bitachon. So right now we're actually doing Chacham Abu Chatzera's sefer on Amun and Bitachon.
It's an incredible sefer.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't read it yet, but it's incredible.
It's of the best ones that I've been learning. But I've gone through. I've been doing this now for a few years.
Okay.
So I just started a new project with my chavrusa, but it's easy to read.
Right.
But now, how do we?
Language is easy, you're saying.
No, you start learning it. You go and you get the theories. But I was trying to find a new way to. How do I open my eyes to it?
Right. Okay.
So I literally, this is my second parsha that we're doing it.
Yeah.
What I asked my chavrusa is that he and I started every parsha. We're picking out of a parsha examples of bitachon and emuna
and
that we can learn
from today.
But it's not just, and Bereshis is a much easier. That safer is much easier to do. I'm more nervous when we get to Vayikra. I think it's going to be a little bit more challenging.
I know because of all the halachas and stuff.
But
right?
here you see,
like the era and the rotzad.
It's just So
how do you see it today? I see it today.
So, but the concept of it starts making me apply it in real life, so that even when I'm walking in the streets and things are happening, it's actually training me to pull out the lesson of basically bitachon, emuna, like things are not accidents.
Right, and this, and I have to say this, people have to know that when you talk about business coaching is it's a terminology used by many people.
Right.
Everyone uses it. Consulting, like we said before, and I hear many consultants, and I've sat with many consultants. Happens to be I have. But one of the key elements I feel like the foundation of a consultant is his bitachon, his faith.
100%.
Because you can say, no, people say to me, think realistically, be real. This is real. That's the point, and this is Reb David.
And I'll tell you, I think you could say this. I start off with this. Hashem's running the world. He's made the decision. Rosh Hashanah, is what was determined what you're going to be making. We are working in the world of Teva and Ishtadlus. Okay? We can't sit here with scratch tickets from Lotto and hope for the best. You know, it works for some people. There are some people. Exactly. Somebody just won, I think, $980 million.
Yes, I know.
Wasn't me. You know. So, but the bottom line is that how do I apply my Ishtadlus with your skill set? Somebody would come over and say, "I want you to be a bricklayer." Okay, you're not using your Ishtadlus properly.
Right.
Okay, you're a creative genius. Okay, how do we take that creativity?
Humbly take it.
No, it's true. How do we take that and how do we apply it? Okay. So if you remember how we first got started and then how this evolved, you know,
yes,
you have what is your underlying skill? Now, how do I take that underlying skill and where can we apply that to make you successful?
Make money out of it. Successful means money?
Well, you're asking a great question.
Okay.
Success to different people means different things. It could be translated. Ultimately, we have to get some people at a Parnassa level. But if you remember my first meeting, this is the way I start off with everybody. Yes. I start off with what's the goal?
Yes, I remember.
What's
that.
success?
I still don't know.
Define it. No, but
I know the goal. No, thanks to you, I know the goal. I didn't know.
And a lot of people don't, because you know what? If you didn't understand that, hypothetically, let's call it you want to make $1 million. I have guys that are making $1 million and still they didn't do anything because they didn't. So now what?
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't satisfy them because money is only, what's money good for? Money's to buy things. Yeah, it's not. If I wanted to go buy a fancy car,
yes,
I have enough money, I can get that fancy car. It's a means to an end. But if you don't understand what the end is,
then you're lost.
You're spinning. You're just spinning.
Spinning the edge. That's what we call it.
And you're never going to see success.
I have to plug it in. Okay.
You're never going to see success, and you're never going to be happy.
That's a phenomenal point. And also for those who don't understand in English, it's a shame because I would in Yiddish I would explain this to you, but it's very simple. It's very simple. It's okay.
Please.
You have to call him.
Cool.
I'm not going to go through this now, but the point is, understand English. Maybe he'll teach you something. He doesn't teach English, but there's plenty of people out there. There's AI. Anyway, so there's this new system now that it changes accents. And
really?
Somebody just spoke to me this morning about this, asking me if there's a possibility to also change the language while he's talking live. And there is such a thing. So I can speak in Yiddish.
Could they give me your voice? Because the way you present yourself, yes.
Probably can.
I'm always in awe how you...
I'll allow you.
It's always something you can always teach. Maybe that's something you can even teach me, how to present and how to talk. Like the way you change your octave, is the right way?
You're a Gabba Shul. You should know that.
Oh, I'm a Gabba.
You should know that.
I'm just there for complaints. I'm not there for anything else.
Like Rebelli Stefanski says, complaints at, what's it called again? He has a special email for complaints. Yeah, you know that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to the subject of creatives and obviously building them and making something out and bringing the best out of them to monetize whatever they have hidden. Sie machen Geld von creatives, that's the idea. I have certain areas in this field a lot, and it happens mainly. I know it happens everywhere in the non-creative field, but you said everyone's creative, so to speak, in this business. But let's put it that way: not the fun, the bonds and the trades and all that. Like I'm talking about creative. Right. There's competition, and this is a word that scares everyone.
Yes, especially creatives.
Yeah, especially. Yes. So how do you approach that?
So I will tell you, the creative space, just in general, has changed dramatically in the last few years.
Yes.
Okay? There are even some creative spaces of people who I've helped that I get a lot of career coaching also that I do, where I have people coming in, they're either at a midlife crisis where they want to change, they feel they've maxed out, they're looking for an idea, or kids coming out of school who are looking, what should I do? Okay? There are things I've stopped recommending for people to get into. A classic when you get into creatives, would be graphic design.
So what do you tell them?
Okay, so graphic design, it used to be that we used to compete primarily with offshore people.
Right.
So...
Fiverr, are you talking about? Or
Fiverr.
Right. Philippines.
Fiverr, that's basically most of the Fiverr guys are coming over to, right? How do you compete with somebody who's going to do something for $5?
Exactly.
$10. How are you going to compete with that?
Quality.
So now you're getting to the point where my conversation with them is, what are you bringing to the table?
Exactly.
Okay? How are you better than them?
Elevate
right. Now you're getting AI in.
Okay.
AI has completely
Transformed everything.
in ways that you may be able to understand, but probably a lot of your listeners and viewers may not fully appreciate.
Yeah.
Because one of the elements of AI that's changing is the speed within which it's happening.
Yes.
You look at AI 6 months ago versus what AI could do now.
Yesterday to today, like a major jump today.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild what's going on. And with every announcement, with everything that's going
Weapons are made with AI. Rafael just announced, this Israeli tech firm, they made a new missile that stays in the air for 25 minutes, uses AI. It doesn't need GPS anymore because it crazy, like to target.
So you're going to see, and I'm seeing this because one of the things I also do is I help people getting jobs.
Yes.
Okay. I'm seeing companies right now that have eliminated positions because of this.
Really?
Yeah, they've eliminated.
Verizon just cut 13,000 jobs. Do you think it has to do with that?
I'm sure there are elements of it, and if not, you are going to see. I saw actually a business forum. I don't remember who was that I was listening to, where they were debating self-driving vehicles, and the argument was.
What's the argument?
Is that they were nervous that there's so many people who who can't get that high school diploma that were becoming truckers, that niche of people who could not be employed in certain ways, that whole employment space would be knocked out.
Yes.
Now, what are you going to do with these people?
Yes.
This is crazy. Whether true, not true, where you fall in the debate, it's not the point. But the way people are thinking right now is that there are sectors that could you imagine doing carpool by putting your kid in the car and on your cell phone watching them go to the car and coming back and you're still at home drinking your coffee?
I have no choice, but yes.
No, but it's wild.
True.
Just think about that.
It's happening.
The way we are evolving as a people,
as a race. Let's put it that way.
But it's everybody. It's not an American thing. European
the human race.
The human race. The way it's evolving is. So now throw back your question.
Yes.
Okay.
So
how do I start thinking about it? Okay.
Competition.
Listen, Hashem created us for a reason, and we are going to be able to help. Okay. We have to be able to evolve with technology. Okay? Computers, when it first came out, the first time, that first mainframe took up rooms and rooms.
Yes.
Today, my phone probably has more technology in it today than what those rooms all had and the capabilities.
Right.
And yet we're still here, and yet we're still able to be in business. Okay?
Exactly, yeah.
So now you're that creative. What's your skill?
Yes.
What problem are you able to solve?
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
Then working with my clients, we find that right home for them, similar to the way you watch your business, how it evolved.
Right.
You were doing the voiceovers and you were doing the videos and now, could we say numbers of how many people you're touching? Your last count, we're like 60 to 80,000 people.
See, he says it, so I don't.
No, but in how many months? This is a wild concept that finding your schnit. I got that right.
Schnit.
That schnit, right?
One word a year. I'm joking.
There you go. Okay. Scores. Getting that finding that home and being able to make that shidduch between the right person with the right role. It probably is hard as Kriyas Yamsuf, no different in getting that right, and then helping them monetize it.
Making money, I guess.
So
before you go with that, I just want to ask you a question. First of all, sit a little back because I feel the lights. Perfect. Now you can see you. I was seeing the whole time, but
I have Sparty blood, so there's a little bit of tan. So if I'm a little darker, it's natural.
Perfect. Don't worry, it's good. We're natural here. Again, this system is not really about the what. It's the how. It's the what. Okay. So going back to that part that we just touched now, right? So yes, a lot of people are worried about this. Are you suggesting that people should go and do certain things to control the AI? What would you say? How could you? Because the fact is, 13,000 people are losing their jobs today because of Verizon, right? So we don't know why, but this might have been the reason. So what would you say to Heimische companies that deal with this exact struggle?
So are you talking about from the employee side or the company side?
The company side.
From the company side.
Yeah, not the employee side. It starts there, I believe.
You'd be surprised how many companies are so back. Their technology where they're standing. Some people have plenty of time to worry about it,
especially in our industry.
I
could say
I'm getting calls from a lot of these people. I can't. I got a phone call this week literally this week, from an industry, let's call it professional, let's call them a law firm for the purposes of this conversation, okay?
Lawyers.
You think that they're more experts? They went to school for a long time, educated people, blah, 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 blah. They're still using pen and paper.
Amazing.
Handwritten.
Handwritten pen and
Handwritten.
paper.
The person called me up and said, I need you.
Papers, desks.
You know,
wow.
I said, you have scanners? He laughed. I asked them, so they started with a little bit of Excel, you know.
What's Excel? I mean, I know.
No, but you know, that is a unique
They
situation.
listen to records.
I don't know. I think they don't have electricity. You know, so you know, somebody's outside with a kite and a key. You know,
at least they can light candles or something special about that.
No, but you'd be surprised how many people have not taken those steps. And you know, I get phone calls like that as well. You know, but most of the people for companies, it's very hard to stay with the technology. Okay, you're in a technology space. So you are, by being in it, you're watching it.
I mean, my job is the technology.
Exactly.
Right.
And you have to evolve with the technology. So what you stay current with, you may not be staying current with other things that are not important to you.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's a big challenge with businesses.
Okay,
so if I am making up an electrician, okay.
Yes.
I don't know all the new, let's say, financial packages that are helping my industry get better. I may not know all the new AI appointment setting tools that come out there.
Right? Exactly.
You know, so you know, it shouldn't be. You shouldn't be fearful of this. But I think everybody who wants to be smart to some degree needs to go, whether they go to shows, you know, exhibitions. They do owe responsibility to themselves and their business to stay somewhat current and opening themselves up. Talking to competitors. I'm in touch with my competitors all the time.
Yeah, so I actually, thanks to you, I do that a lot now.
It's so important.
Yeah.
It's so important.
We work together.
But the right people. You have to be careful. You have to know how to play nicely with each other. You got to have boundaries.
Right.
But be careful who you do this with.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
But I'm a huge advocate of people having relationships with their competitors.
Not obviously sharing your business ideas with them, because that's not the point.
Exactly. There's a limit. Okay. Or you know, but if you want to talk about how you do billing, that's not really affecting your business. Oh, you use QuickBooks, I use whatever it is.
Right. That's not.
You know, I wouldn't mind, if you were a friend of mine, I wouldn't mind sharing that kind of dialogue with you.
Correct.
Okay? I may not share with you editors.
Right.
You know? Yeah. I may not share with you who takes great videos.
Right.
Okay?
Because you'll find yourself. Yeah, exactly.
But
you know
because that is already, I'm getting too close. Those are my secret sauces.
Yeah.
Okay? But I think we actually got off because you asked me another question
in the beginning. I remember.
Yeah, in the question, and that is, you know, we always get. There's so much to talk about that.
Right,
I
know.
You know, I love this. We could be here for hours. You know, yeah, you know.
The train is moving on.
Creatives, are their own unique breed. The real creative. Okay, and I throw into that artists.
Andere breed is ook de.
Yeah.
Okay, breeds.
Artists.
Yeah.
Graphic artists. Sometimes even web designers. People who are in the space because there is an element of creative, like I told you, in these other lines of work, but the more emotional type businesses, you know, was a lot of them
feelings.
It's feeling based businesses. Okay, their greatest challenges are. I'll tell you, like I tell this to people all the time.
You consider yourself a creative, obviously.
No, I'm actually not a creative.
You're not a feeling emotionally kind of person.
No, I don't see that about myself. I have feelings to people because I want to see them successful, and it hurts me when I am happier than my client is when they are successful. Oh, I'm like, it's like, you know, and when my client falls, I'm hurt more than them. I was on the phone this morning with a client of mine that's going through a real sorrow. You know. It's like, okay, how can I do? What can we do? How do we help you?
I know you help a lot of people. I know that.
So it's just, I take that, and that element, I'm very emotional, I guess, if that is really what you're looking for.
Right.
But the business, unfortunately, you know, I guess it's one of the reasons a man could be a Dayan, a woman can't be a Dayan, if you're thinking with your mind versus your heart.
Yes.
It's not like, oh, you don't think with your brain. It's nothing like that. It's more from the standpoint, by me feeling bad for somebody who's not having a success as opposed to telling him, you're not successful because I just had this with a client literally 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I called him up, very, very difficult conversation. He was a creative in his thing.
Okay.
And he starts his day at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
You know, and I look at him. He's in sales, by the way, but he's a creative.
I see
And I'm looking at him, and he calls me up at 11 o'clock and tells me, okay, what should I do today?
Really?
I'm like, what you eating? Where are you holding right now? I just finished davening. I just did that, and I'm ready to get going. I said, what time do your clients open up? This guy's clients start at 7:30, 8 o'clock. They're in their office, and they shut at 4.
Really?
I said, you just lost half your day.
So that's the type of clientele he services, I guess.
No, but he services, right? But his whatever challenges he has that we're trying to help him get over. Mm-hmm. When you're starting your day and half the day is gone, that is where my head and no heart goes in, because at some point I can't go, it's 11 o'clock, Tata, let's see how we're going to do this.
Right.
You know what?
You remember our conversation, by the way?
He got good pitch on that phone over there. Don't call me at 11 o'clock. And you know what I start doing with a guy like him? Every morning at 7 o'clock, he gets a phone call.
Really?
You get out of bed and go daven.
Wow.
I can't be radical.
Your mom is like a mashgiach.
In yeshiva, I was a vecker. A very dangerous job. I got more people gave me curses on that.
That's a new life. That's a new type of you. I didn't imagine that. Okay,
and it fell by me by accident. I was the vecker. Baruch Hashem. Hashem gave me.
What yeshiva did you go to?
That time I was in Denver.
Ooh, wow. Yes. Okay, interesting.
Yes,
so interesting. I think you touched on a point there, because I remember the conversation I had with you, because I literally transitioned from my day when you came, because the beginning
I remember you started ditching my appointments because of it. It was good. You changed around our whole schedule because you changed your whole morning. Yeah.
No, but not just that. I'm going to a point where you just said waking up at 11 o'clock and starting your day at 11 o'clock. My life was like this because I just saw this funny meme yesterday. So a guy says he calls out, he starts the day. Says, so I used to wake up 7 o'clock in the morning every day. And then I woke up and I see my friend Nosson was up at 7 o'clock. I said, nope, I got to do better than that. So I started waking up at 6. And then I wake up at 6 and I see my friend Chaim is learning in shul already. I said, nope, I got to wake up earlier. So he started waking up at 5. But then 5 o'clock, he sees 3 people in the street. He says, no, come on, I have to wake up earlier. Started waking up at 3. And then he went back, he says, until he realized that time has come that he has to wake up at 1 in the morning. So fine, 1 in the morning, great. Okay, he's woke up at 1, but he sees that the people that work night jobs are up then. He says, no, that's not going to work for me. I need to wake up much earlier. So he started waking up at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. That's his time before the day could start. So my point is, yes, my life. That was my life. Was in past tense. But right. I just want to finish the point. My point is, you came in, but the real challenge that most of us in my industry, not this one specifically, but the industry, let's say I'm kind of slowing down in. I'm not slowing down because you told me not to, but I am, because it's the musicians. They're up at night. It's a night job for them. And I'm a studio engineer. When do they come to the studio? Are you available, Gershy, to come? So he tells me, I'm just up 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Because this is what their life is. I don't blame them, because when else are they going to go to sleep, right?
So as a business, we have to learn to adapt to our clients.
Okay.
But our clients have to learn to adapt to us in a certain way. Mm-hmm. These rules are not general rules. I'll tell you, my rule of thumb, people used to come over to me and say, okay, what systems do you use? Like, people got very familiar with EOS and whatever other systems. I forgot what it stands for. There are different business tools that people use out there. Okay. And I tell people, my system is you. Okay? Every person has their strengths and weaknesses. Mm-hmm. Everyone. Mm-hmm. It's my job to figure out what's Gershy's strengths, what's Gershy's weaknesses. Mm-hmm. We all have both, okay? Yeah. Learn how to magnify those strengths and learn how to compensate. I don't know if there's a good English word, but that may be a little bit difficult. To compensate.
Compensation.
To compensate for those weaknesses.
Make a claim, make compensation.
And it could be hiring somebody. Right. It could be, you know what, you're just going to be weak in that. Right. We all have that. Right. Now, knowing the whole picture of who Gershy is, now take that, Bria, and make him successful.
So that's your approach.
That is my job. And that is my approach. And Baruch Hashem, it's been very successful.
May it continue to be so.
Amen. Yes. But one nakuda, though, I want to...
I'm biased.
Yes, you're biased. one of the greatest challenges that I find that one of them, because there are a couple things that everybody has these unique things, but with this industry of that creative person, one of the greatest challenges that they have is that they look for perfection in their work by their standards.
That people don't even notice.
Their clients, 98% of them
98?
will not. There's always those 2% who won't be paying for it.
You know, you're focusing on that. I'm focusing on 98.
I had a client of mine once call me up, uber creative. I mean, this guy, greatest guy in the world.
Right.
Greatest guy in the world. He called me up with a particular project that he did. And he sent it to me. What do you think? Nice. How much money are you making on it? No. You don't understand. This is going into a museum. And he was right. This thing is going into a museum.
Yeah.
Could be. How much are you making on it? You're frustrating me. Don't tell me that again. I remember exactly where I was. I was driving on Route 59 when this phone call was going on. Don't do that to me. And this is going on and on. I said, Maishi, made up name. Maishi, I don't care how it looks. How much money are you making on this thing?
Yes.
And he's screaming at me.
No,
I'm going to hang up on you. You ask me that again. I said, do you understand my point? My point to you is you spent days on this project, okay?
Yeah.
If your whole thing is because you want to make it look like the greatest thing, that you're going to put it in some magazine for your industry, for what reason?
Yeah.
So that your competitors are jealous?
Exactly.
Who cares? You're here to put a roof over your home, okay? The bottom line is that if this is not bringing you closer to making money, what did you just do this last week?
Wow. That's what we all suffer from. I mean,
and the creative world, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. It's not perfect.
So it must be hard to work with these people.
It's
and I'm
challenging. It's not you. Everybody else is challenging.
No,
you're the easiest.
Really?
Yes, it is a challenge.
Okay.
But you know, I guess maybe that's why you say as far as the heart.
Yes.
I care. I want to see you successful, so I have the patience to watch that.
That I admit.
Yes, I do. I do have the patience, and I take it personally if it doesn't work out.
Right. You have the patience and the patience.
But I can't do a medication yet. I'm working on that.
There's no drug for that.
No drug yet. One day, AI maybe will make it.
Yeah, it's a creative syndrome.
Yeah.
But that's the challenge we're all in. But you know what? At the end of the day, I mean, who doesn't want to have a little of a challenge? I mean, we all love challenges. That's the idea, and I like it. Absolutely, I like it. It's hard for me.
You shouldn't have challenges.
Right. No, I like.
Right.
I must say, I like the idea of it, even though I hear it constantly from you. Stop being such a perfectionist. And I want to be perfect, but then I think, no, you're right. Let me challenge myself. Let me tell myself I'm done, even though I'm not done. I said it yesterday to a client who was on the phone with me about a mix and a song and everything, the other part of my job, right? So I told him,
Split personality.
Yeah, exactly. So I told him, you have to understand, if you're going to say it's good, then it's not going to be good. So you have to say it's not good. You have to have comments. Then I know it's fine. It's perfect. Right. So he says, what do you mean to say with that? Exactly my point. So that's it. The mix is done.
Right.
But this is part of the challenge, and I accept it. And probably people listening here would also relate to this a lot. And they could call again. I'm going to say it one more time. If you haven't listened to me before, focus, pay attention. I know you're creative. You have ADHD like me. I'm joking.
I have a couple more letters.
Yeah. I know. So my point is that I'm gonna bring it up just because I want you to remember what I was talking about before, the Trepper plan. Okay, what's the number again?
201 446 5795.
5795. And I'm plugging it in. He didn't ask me. I'm saying it again. Why am I saying it? Why am I excuse myself? But the point is, I want you guys to know that there is people like him out there in the real world. So focus on reality, right? Real world, who are actually there to help. Now, yes, he's busy, and I don't know if he has time, but he'll have time for my listeners who mentioned On Edge, and say to him that we listen to your podcast On Edge to the thing, and we wanna have your services. And
are they going to be on edge or like? Don't call me from the edge though. That's
yes. When you call David, you can be on edge.
Yes.
But afterwards, I'm telling you, he's going to put you on the edge, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You won't be hanging off an edge. Let's put it that way. So that's the idea. So now going back to let's see how much time we still have. Oh, great, 34 minutes exactly. That's the point. That's the idea. You want to speak? You have something else to talk about?
No, I'd love to hear about you.
I don't have much to say about me. You know more than me.
I know, but because you know what? If we're talking to people who are looking to start a business like that, we could do a whole topic on
correct.
How do I start a business? Okay,
yeah.
Why don't you talk about that?
Yes.
Meaning you started You know, people think, oh, I have an idea, that's it, it's going to be successful. They run with an idea. And how many times have you had to evolve into other businesses? I can tell you for me.
Right.
Do you know how many different businesses I've been in and tried and failed at? You can't imagine, but each one of them, I got a lesson out of it.
Right.
You started as a creative. How'd you know you were a creative?
Exactly. How did I know? I mean...
Because I want to say one point with that.
Yes,
What I find one of the greatest things is people, when they have a strength, they don't realize that they can make money with that strength.
Okay.
I can't tell you people I found that, oh my gosh, I'm such a handy guy. Okay, so why aren't we doing...
A business with it, yeah.
No, come on, who can't change a sink? No, but
the typical shul after Schwarcz talk.
But that is you did that, you know,
exactly.
and you made a business in it. You had the guts to able to hold your nose and jump in and make that decision.
For instance, this thing. Why did you allow me to do this? By the way, this show.
I love the idea when you told it to me.
Yeah,
I love the idea.
You didn't think it's going to waste my time like it?
No,
I think it does. No, it doesn't.
I've told you other things not to go into.
Okay, fine.
Right?
You have.
I have.
Yes.
But you know what? And I'm not telling you I'm that guy who's the best filter of it. But you know, sometimes you just feel something like, okay, here's where his strengths are. Here's that idea. Wow. Okay.
Let's put it together.
Everything we do, especially in business, in sales, is like I told you, is problem solving.
Right.
There is no sale that is successful that is not solving a problem.
Right.
And like you and I have spoken about this. If I'm hungry, a pizza shop is doing sales on me because they're solving my problem. I'm buying. Yes, they're solving. Somebody has a leaky faucet. A plumber is going to go
solve the problem.
Solve that problem.
Yes, correct.
What is the problem that you're solving? Okay.
Yes.
Getting one of the things you're doing this right now. You know, I want to say for us because I really want to do this for you, not so much for me. Is how do I get me and my message out to potential clients?
Eyeballs.
Same thing for you. Eyeballs, ideas. How many people right now are saying, you know what? I had this idea in my head that I want to go off on my own for so long. I had nobody to talk to. I just had a phone call like that today.
Okay.
From somebody. I get calls like this all the time. You know?
You're gonna get some more now.
Help me make this into a business. Okay?
Wow.
Do you think this is a business?
Okay.
So when you came to me with this idea of, you know what? There's a hole in the Yiddish speaking world.
Yes.
They like the news. They're on top of the news, but there's nobody that takes on the sensitivity of the news where it's tznius, maybe certain topics that shouldn't be spoken about, maybe certain topics that don't get enough airtime.
Right.
That we as people in, you know, the Yiddish speaking space that want to hear more about. Don't just tell me Trump and Madame meeting. I live in Brooklyn. I want to know what's going to go on, but on national news you may not see it.
Right.
You have now solved a problem in that space. And in Yiddish, you know, and Kanai Nahara, Kain Yirbu, Baruch Hashem. Now you just expanded into that. I don't know if we were going public with that, but you know, Kain Yirbu, the Yiddish-speaking community, in the last 5 years, 10 years, so just look at the growth, Kanai Nahara, and look how far it's spread out.
Yes.
You know, when I was growing up, you know, it was Borough Park in Williamsburg.
Right.
Okay,
That's all you know.
Now Muncie's busting out. Lakewood, which was all Litvish now, has a tremendous Yiddish-speaking area, and you got Yeshivish Yiddish, you got Hasidish Yiddish, you got
massive
other
huge,
elements. Yes, it's got.
That's why I'm doing this. I mean, the truth is because of Lakewood. I've been doing this, and most of the Lakewood crowd have been requesting in English because I guess they do want to have. Don't have to break I would say my teeth, but their teeth, I mean, to listen to me.
But you're touching people worldwide right now.
Yes.
And you're doing it 5 months, 4 months? What are you
more. It would be. I mean, I started it before, but we didn't do it live. You remember?
Right. Till you started going live. That's right. Do you understand? And to hit the numbers that you're hearing, you're just showing the hole that exists out there.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Because that is something. Of course. Hashem is involved in everything, okay? And you're solving a major problem. But the people who should be listening and who would have an interest in talking to a guy like me, I always like using real life examples, okay? Here's a guy had an idea. What gave you the guts to do that?
The willpower.
But that willpower does not give you guts.
Because I felt there was a lack in terms of what I do, really.
Right.
And I'm going to be a little selfish here.
Please.
No, because
you should
I felt like God gave me a talent, and I use it for my business, right? Voiceovers, ads, all day. And I thought, I want to be meaningful. I want to do something. but everyone's doing podcasts. So I thought, how do I jump into the podcast world without being a podcaster?
Okay.
So then I thought, wait a second, news. But news, I don't like politics. I never loved, news. Politics is news, but whatever. I never loved the idea of news because it makes me sad sometimes to see sad things, especially yesterday. Things that happen. It just breaks my heart. But then I thought, wait a second, there are people out there that want to hear it, but you can spin you can spin it a little bit and make it lighter for them and to be able to take it because they want to know it at the end of the day, but not let them feel after they listen to me going out there and being sad all day because of that. So I always leave them off with a good note and I try my best to twist it, to spin it into that kind of thing. This is what made me do it. I thought about it all the time and decided, you know what, I'm going to go for it. And I'm going to ask David. I'm going to ask David. And Rob David told me it's a great idea. And I actually, but one thing is very interesting. I asked Zalman, right? Zalman, who is basically helping me launch this, obviously, every single day. Zalman Vida. So he told me the only thing I'm worried about you is consistency, he said. Other than that, you're great at it, he said.
And that's a big creative problem.
Right.
Creatives have that problem because they get lost in themselves.
Yes.
Okay? And they start prioritizing the wrong priorities.
Yes, correct.
You know?
Yeah.
And we're always working on that. I'm working on that with certain things myself. You're working on that in certain things of how to improve. And if we're not growing, then we're going to you know. But I want to even go back with you one step before that.
Okay.
Give me the entrepreneurial bug that you got caught. What made you go off on your own? Why not go work for somebody?
Oh, you mean that? Oh, wow. Okay.
I wanted
I've thought of it many times, by the way.
I understand that, but now, if somebody's watching this and saying, you know what, I have an idea, but I can't do it. You know, I need that motivation. Okay. What's that kick? There are a lot of people when I talk to them, they need that not even a push, you know, pointing them in that direction. That
Correct.
yeah, you could do it. I did it. I'm a nobody. You know, I went off on my own. I'm nothing special, you know? And you know, it's not for everybody. I will tell you, I'm a very big proponent of people going off on their own because there's a lot of value, but it really is not for everybody.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you, it comes with a lot of challenges,
Right.
you know? Especially kolas kashas. All beginnings are hard,
Right.
okay? And a lot of people can't handle that.
Right.
And I will tell you, there were people who I recommended against it.
You tell them to go work for someone.
Go work for somebody, especially in the beginning. I'm dealing with that right now with somebody, younger people sometimes. I like to see
Start
them
a business.
start working for somebody, learn discipline.
Right.
Learn,
That's it,
understand,
discipline,
you know, it's not school. You're not going to your Rebbe, your Mora and saying, yeah, I don't want to come in today. I'm taking a lazy day today.
And I work like that, by the way.
It doesn't work.
Right.
That doesn't work because you know what? It sets a tone.
Yeah.
When people
It really does, man.
relying on you and have expectations from you.
Yeah.
Another classic example where I deal with this a lot. I highly recommend parents who want to bring their kids into their family business that they shouldn't start with them. Go work for somebody else first.
Okay, fam. In Yiddish is a saying, "Mishpucha es mekigel."
Yes, okay?
Yeah.
But if you're going to bring that child into the business, don't be their father and their boss to start off with because there are tense times, okay?
Yes.
And you don't want to create children bias issues.
Also not, correct.
You know?
Yes.
And there need to be rules when you come into this business. I deal with a lot of family businesses that...
But you could sometimes make an exception sometimes. It works.
No, there's a positive and a negative to it.
Right.
There's a positive and negative. You just have to know, with your eyes wide open, I'm making a decision. I understand the pluses, I understand minuses, and I understand how to deal with it. Okay? Yes. Especially with family. The last thing you want is that the mechitza at a chasana is between certain family members and not just between the men and the women. Okay? And unfortunately, we've all been to those simchas where family members have not showed up because they haven't spoken in years.
Yes.
Okay? And it's preventable. And it's repairable.
Yeah, they should have thought about that kugel before.
Yes, or they didn't put in noodle kugel and they want the potato kugel, and
Exactly.
that's it. That's it.
Next time.
They'll learn their lesson. I taught them.
But I want to bring something up that you just brought up. I don't know how long this can go on for, but we probably can go on for another 2 weeks. But one very important thing that you just brought up, and actually I relate to it. You said that you sometimes recommend people to stick to working for someone because it creates a discipline. I know you realize what you said, but I don't think anyone who listened probably figured that, like that they were with you on that, because I need to slow down that word discipline for a second. It's important to have discipline in order to run your own business, I realize. And I think I got that by working for a grocery store for about 5 years of my life, I think. Or something like that. And it really gave me pitch. That business really, I mean, I came late. And I was, until one point, he was a tzaddik, this guy.
I hope you're makar tov to him.
100%.
But you know what? You're unique.
Yes.
Because I can't tell you how many times I've met people that they cursed out that boss.
Yeah, no.
And they didn't take it as, you know what? He put up with you and he trained you.
Oh, yeah.
And you really need to have a curse of tov to a guy like that.
How did he? He was very tough, but with love. And I liked it about him. At the time, it's funny that I never ever cursed him out. I was always like appreciating him, even though it was hard for me. At one point, he came to me so far, he used to give me he was nice. He was just super nice. I can mention his name because he's a tzaddik of the guy. His name is Reb David Zaltzman. If he listens to this, thank you. I want to say it to you again. This is my guide now, my business coach, and he at Mamish, he reminded me of this now. It is David. Mamish reminded me of this. His name is David as well. You see,
well,
so he used to come to me and he used to tell me like, okay, fine. You know what? I'm going to give you the responsibility to open the store.
Wow,
that's going to do something.
Beautiful.
And he was right. It did. And one point I remember, and boy did I mess up one day, and never ever did I mess up since that day. It happened to me. You know what he tells me? I don't remember the exact words he told me, but it was good you made that mistake. It's very, very disappointing that you did this. That you came and you didn't open up the store on time. That the other guy had to open up instead, and it was late. People were waiting outside. It was the devastating moment for me. I'm embarrassed at this moment. Of course I am. But at the same time, it's a lesson for someone else to learn not to get lost. And I didn't get lost. He's teaching you a lesson. And
right.
Believe in me, he means your title, he means your well-being. Until the very point from then on, when I got engaged, he was so upset that I left.
Right.
So I'm saying like I had to leave, right, to move to America. But that was the point. The point is that discipline. It taught me discipline. And that's when I felt comfortable to go on my own. I was never comfortable to go on my own.
There's an initiative that I've wanted to do for a long time. And I do it in a little bit. But if I wanted like a real tzedakah initiative, I would love to expand the Meiser element within companies, where successful business people will take on a person as an achrayus
to
make them into, I'm going to say a mensch. I don't mean in that regard, but meaning take that guy who needs that opportunity.
Make them into a mensch.
I'm not firing you. You cannot do anything that I'm ever going to fire you, okay? But you know what? I'm going to make sure you understand and give you the tools to be successful.
Wow.
We don't have anything like that. When you're in yeshiva, again, it's not, there's nobody, but somebody who's going to go put their arm around, you're my chaver.
To find such people is hard.
I care about you, and I want to see you successful, whether it's your learning, whether it's your doubting. You see Rabbanim do that with people on a hashkafic level.
Yeah.
But you know what? How do we make somebody successful in their parnasa? Sometimes they have all the koiches of what needs to be done, but they lack the I don't know the word. It's not always skills that make you successful.
Yes.
There are a lot of very talented guys out there that are not successful because the other tools that they need are either broken or non-existent because nobody ever took the time out to say, you know what? If you're going to be a doctor, you can't make an appointment at 9 a.m. and not come till 1. You can't do that. It's not. You know what? You know why you can't do that? Because this guy had a job. This guy took off from work. This guy hired a babysitter. This guy lost 2 hours of work and now has to come back to you again. And nobody ever explained it and showed them, look at the damage that you just caused. The point being is sometimes we understand it in a higher level, but who's that person who's going out there and training that person? Taking a kid, taking a bacher, maybe just a finished kollel, or even women who are going into the workforce. Now with all the people who are going into kollel, you have a lot of wives that have careers over there.
Yes.
Who's taking them? I don't know how they do it. I'm telling you, nisim. There's no other word.
I see my wife every single day. I don't know how she does it.
How they do it is beyond me.
Yes.
But you know what? So they have limited amount of time. Because they have to get the kids off to yeshiva, then they're picking up the kids, they're going to do the babysitter, they're juggling all this. So some of them have only X amount of hours in that day. how do we make them as successful as possible?
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
How do we do that? But who's helping them there?
Yeah.
You know, you come out of school prepares you for nothing.
Right.
It prepares you for nothing.
Right.
Honestly, the way our school system work and what we make as important that we drive our kids crazy with is not preparing our kids for the real world. For the world. They're not prepared for it. I would love it. You know what? To me, I go so crazy. I would never give somebody a diploma. For high school, even if they didn't have a year working for somebody, working.
An internship.
You know what? What does it mean? Come into the. What does it mean that I have to go daven Schwarcz? Let's use now. Nate's is very late. Yes. I happen to be a very early riser.
Right. I know. You probably. What do you do all these hours?
So I learn. Baruch Hashem. It's the only time I get a chance to do that. You know. But now Nate's, I think it's like 10 to 7. It's very late right now.
7, yeah.
If you have to be
this
at work,
I tried to get him in. I couldn't get him in earlier than that.
If you have to be at work at 9 o'clock.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Today's laning. Tomorrow's Rosh Chodesh. Okay, so davening, unless you're blowing
late,
you're going. How do you balance your life to allow for that? Okay,
yes, exactly.
I could be easy to say, like in yeshiva, I come 15 minutes late to share. Okay, you know what? If there's somebody dependent on you in an office, you're not getting away with that. Shabbos is early.
What would you do about this?
So the concept is having somebody in a caring way who wants to see this person
You're talking about
succeed. This initiative,
owner, the boss,
this chesed initiative of being
like
able
David
to.
Zaltzman was. It's amazing.
Yes.
He is that person.
And you could do it in so many different
I should bring him
ways.
on the show. I mean,
it would be great.
Yeah.
I would love to be here live to watch something like that. But because
speak to
there
him.
aren't many people who want to take that on.
Exactly. Why did he do it? I'm still asking myself, why did he do it? I don't know why he did it, but he's super nice.
There are people out there. I'm actually looking for some people like that right now because I have a few people that I need a boss like this for them. Wow. Yeah, I do. There are a lot of people. No. If there's anybody out there who would be interested in taking on a bacher or a man or something, I please reach out to me.
The idea is to be disciplined and also to
know how to be their rebbe.
How do you say it? Like to give them to have the makel and also the honey both at the same time. Yeah,
yes,
it's important. Yeah.
But the first thing before I give anybody like that, they need to be a makabel. I will not take in a client who's not a makabel. You're going to fight me the whole thing. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
If you need to be in a position of life to be able to receive, but with not just thick skin that you're always being attacked. Where he's hitting me again. A
kli.
Yeah. If not, it's not going to work. And maybe you're just not ready at this time. Right. We'll get you. I don't give up on people.
Wow.
You know. So it will get it. You know. So
it's amazing.
But
this is a fascinating subject. This
one day
we can go on and on. David, you tell me it's 52 minutes in. Do you want to end it here for the tzibur?
I actually have a 3 o'clock today.
We can do a part B, and we will do a part 2.
I'm looking forward.
Yes, Mr. Shem's thank you so much for coming.
Thank you,
and thank you all for listening. And again, if you want to reach out to Reb David, he's always available whenever you want on
201-446-5795 or David at the Trepper Plan.
At the Trepper Plan, and the details will be there below. And thank you again, everyone, for coming on and staying with us on Spin the Edge, and we'll see you again next time or tomorrow on the news.
Good Chodesh.
Today's Good Chodesh. I'm putting it out on Sunday. So
okay.
A Good Chodesh anyway. It doesn't make a difference. Yes. I wanted to finish with one thing. I always like to do that. I said it already in the news section, but you find yourself in the parsha. Quick thing. Yitzchak. This week's parsha says Yitzchak was chucked out. Avimelech chucked him out because he became Gudal. He became very big.
Right.
So this is us today. The Jews are becoming very big, as they say, the Yidden, right? And we're always afraid of that. They're chucking us out. But at the end of the day, Avimelech comes running back to him, and he asks him, "Why? But you hated me. You chucked me out."
Right.
He says, "Because I saw Hashem in you." I saw Hashem.
Wow.
This is what we need, Hashem in us. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anything you want to say?
No. Have a great day.
Very important thing. Sorry, I know you need to go. I always ask my listeners, or my viewer, my co-hosties, my guests. I always ask my guests one question, usually to tell the camera something, but I want you to tell me, what can I learn from you?
Oh my gosh, I'm learning from you. What could you learn from me?
Yeah, no, it's an important thing. I feel like a lot of people have this, one middle, one thing, anything really.
Oh, you're putting me on the spot for something. You're. I look up to you, so how do you tell somebody you're looking up what they can learn from the other side?
I mean, who am I? No, but really, there is something, I'm sure.
You have a heart of gold. I'm going through. I see you care so much for everybody.
Talking about yourself, right?
No, I'm talking about you.
No, but I'm asking you what I can learn from you. Like anyone, not just, I'm representing.
Maybe if there's one thing that again, because we're working to, is more understanding scheduling.
Meaning?
Meaning the importance of not what works for you doesn't necessarily work for others.
Okay. Explain.
So you're releasing, let's say, the news at certain times.
Yes.
It's a convenient time for you,
right?
But you may not be as convenient as the people who are looking for your service. Okay. So understanding that scheduling, we all as people, we have a very big misconception that we look at through us and say, oh, okay, I don't like this, so that's this. Oh, I don't need this, so they won't want this. Mm-hmm. When I train people, the first thing is they're not allowed to look. I don't want to know their opinions.
Right.
What are the people around you? What's going to work for them? Because that's your customer, but you are not your customer. Right. People mix that up.
Not my customer.
You are not your customer. Right. You have to look at your customer and say, okay, what do my customers want from me? And that's what you have to work on. Wow. If that's what you need to be focused on.
Yes, I mean, that's a good lesson to learn from you. I guess it's one of the things, and it's a big thing actually, it's a major thing. And yes, we got to look out for the other. It means don't be but the achayrim, you have to look at them. You have to look at the other people. What do they want? And what are you serving them? Very good, I like that. Okay, very good, amazing. Yes, thank you so much, David Wanounou.
Halt mit der wichtigen Eis von Tag jeden Tag on Edge. Zugestellt sie durch Jiddisch 24. Die größte heimische Kusher-Content-Plattformen auf dem Webseite oder auf der App. Ob hat es nur von dem Programm, bitte lasst mich wissen. Sie bestellen Advertisement on Edge. Geht darauf auf onedgenews.com oder e-mailt mich auf onedgenews@gmail.com oder calls 845-671-1775. In Nord bis Sirius